Okay, let's go on to possibly the most important training video, number 2. Very important to actually change, if I could actually change the contrast here, change your quick menu. Right here is my Q button. Go into button dial settings, page 1 out of 3, edit save quick menu. Now, there's a lot of ways you can customize it, and obviously personal preference is yours, but really, there's no denying that you should put somewhere a very quick access, a shutter type, meaning you're able to actually choose between electronic shutter, a mechanical shutter, electronic front curtain shutter, which is incredibly wonderful. It is exactly as it sounds. There are two shutter curtains in your Fujifilm camera. The same thing as a DSLR. You actually have two curtains. The first curtain is electronic. What this actually does has a benefit in not only cutting down on wear on your shutter mech, but it also eliminates outshake at slower shutter speeds, since there's only one curtain dropping instead of two on your shutter mech. So very important really for you to assign in your quick menu a shutter. Also actually assign a face/eye detect to somewhere very close. Also too, really just nearly as important is MF assist. What this will let you do, and let me get out of this and actually hit my Q button, is it'll let me change between peaking. This would be red low, red high, blue low, blue high, yellow low, yellow high, standard, which I don't like, peaking, white low, and white high. Most people use peaking, white high. This is for focus peaking, using manual focus adapted lenses. Now, very, very important, actually the most important aspect of your Fujifilm X-T3 here is actually assigning all these function buttons, AE, AFL. There's a button up here. There's also a function button, on the front of your camera. What you do is hold down the display back button for like 3 seconds. And here you see, and also too, you actually have customization vis-a-vis swipes. Right swipe, up swipe, left swipe, and down swipe on your touchscreen on your X-T3. Very important. Now you could put these in any way you want, but I've actually found this to be the absolutely most conducive way to fastest use of your camera. And what this keeps you from doing is that there's the most important functions of your camera, let me get out of this, are in your menu, and there are things that you change quite often when you're shooting, and you don't want to have to go into your menu button and go to page 2, and that's just really a big pain in the ass. So you want it very quickly accessible to a function button somewhere on the outside of the camera that you can quickly hit and adjust. Right now I actually have function button 1, which is up here, set to drive. That's set to drive mode. Really the most important one to me, and I'll tell you why this is so important, is I've actually assigned this front function button, which is right here, to playback. Well, you have a playback button that's already existed on the camera right here, but this button absolutely sucks. The reason for that is usually I have a speed light on my left hand. My hand is on my camera, so I'm taking shots. All I actually have to do is tap my middle finger to actually preview the images. So I'll actually go over to, like, I don't know, some skateboarder shots or something. What was I shooting? Here you go. Check this out. This was shooting today, a bunch of skateboarders. Looks like a movie. It's just actually the frame rate is so high. This is kind of cool, huh? What I do is just, and if I want to get out of that and go return to shooting, I just half press my shutter release button. But after I take a bunch of shots, I don't actually have to, since my left hand is busy doing something. I don't want to have to take out my second hand to come up here and hit the playback button, because I can't do it with my right hand. None of you have thumbs long enough to do that, so I'll actually do that, and then return to shooting, just have press my shutter release button. So to me, that is really, an epic, awesome, really, I can't think of a better place to assign the playback button. Number 3 I have set to AFC, which is the top button on the camera. You actually have 4 here on the pad, a top, a bottom, a left, and a right. I have that set to AFC for custom functions. Number 2 to AF type, whether that be single or zone or multi. And on the right function button, I have that set to the size. Scaling the size either in single or in custom. Really, very, very importantly, I never want to go into the menus and adjust my flash speed light functions. I have that set to a bottom function button. I've assigned these swipe up and down and left and right on the touch screen of the LCD one to histogram, and this is a sports view. Number 3, or excuse me, a right swipe I have set to electronic level. Function swipe button on the LCD is for a pre-autofocus shot, where it'll actually take a shot before you actually fully depress the shutter release. I have AEL, which I never use, on an exposure lock button set to face detect, where I actually choose and select between face detect, eye detect, left eye, or right eye. My AFL button I've actually changed to AE/AFL. Default is rear command dial press in for magnification. You really don't want to change that. It is insanely useful. So you actually have quite a lot of functionality adjustment, customization vis-a-vis your function buttons. Around your menu, AE button, AFL button, function button up here, a front function button on the camera. And this is what I have them set to. So you take a look at that. And this really does save you. Putting the most important functions that you are constantly changing and adjusting on the outside of the camera, so you do not have to dig in to the menus. Like, well, let me go into menus and go over here and go do that. Just no. Big no, no, no. No, no, no. This is a lot faster, okay? A lot faster. So anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions on using your Fujifilm X-T3. Tips and tricks videos additionally still are coming. And thank you so much for watching. If you like these videos, click the link below. Email me with any questions. Those links are below. And thank you so much for watching. Fuji!